when Vince McMahon called me in the room and they sat me on a floor, I thought they were going to fine me or I was in trouble. Because they told me the night before, they said, you got to get on the plane tomorrow morning, because I was in my hometown, and I was wrestling in a town about 80 miles out of Calgary called Red Deer. And they came up to me and said, Vince wants to see you first thing in the morning, 8 o'clock. I'm like, 8 o'clock in the morning? I got to get up at 6 to get there. And he's like, he goes, you're booked for you land at 8, and whatever it was. I just was like, yeah, you're so tired for a TV taping when you got to get up at 6 in the morning, and then you got to be at the building all day, and then you got to wrestle that night. So I wasn't too happy about going. I remember trying to get out of it, and he goes, you have to go, and Vince wants to see you as soon as you get there. Don't miss your flight. And he made me think that I was in trouble, when in fact it's like they're going to tell me this big news that they're going to put the belt on me. But so I remember I got to the building, and I guess Rick was in Vince's office getting the news that they were going to drop the belt that night. And I just remember watching Vince and Rick exited out of Vince's office. It was a big, long hallway. And Vince had a little room somewhere in about the middle of the hallway. And I saw Rick get out, and Rick made a right turn and never even saw me. I was at the other end of the hall. He just made a right turn and walked down the hall. And I was like, Ric Flair's meeting Vince. Like, I didn't connect that either. And then Vince waves at me and gives me the fingers to come down. I come down and sits me down, and I'm like, what's up? Like, what's going on? And he goes, we've tried to do a lot of things with you in the territory, since you've come here. He goes, didn't we put the tag belts on you? I go, yeah, we put the tag belts on you. And then he goes, then we put the Intercontinental on you. And I go, yeah, you put the Intercontinental on me. And he goes, so we've kind of done everything that we can do with you. So anyway, he started talking like he was going to fire me. And I remember sitting there, because I knew my dad. I was actually in Saskatoon that day. It was the advertised match that my dad, I think, was handcuffed to Jerry Lawler in the corner or something like that. I can't remember what the storyline was, but my dad was being flown out to Saskatoon to be handcuffed to somebody in my corner. And I thought as he was I remember it's like, sounds like he's going to fire me. Like, it's like, so we've kind of done everything we could think of with you. So, and I could sense, I remember looking at him and going, you son of a bitch, you're going to fire me right now? And my dad's flying in to be handcuffed to, I remember I was like, I just sat there because, the truth is that's exactly how they are. They are that cold-blooded, and that's how Vince and all of them are. It's all business, and they don't give a